Good morning, everyone. So, this is our research entitled The Perception of Reading Volunteers Towards the Implementation of Offline Journey to CORIE Basis for Volunteer Support Program. So, the proponents are Ranalyn M. Alpuerto and Ronald D. Alpuerto. As for the rationale, this study was conducted to assess the perception problems encountered and proposals in implementing offline journey to CORIE through the lens of reading volunteers. As for the methodology and key literature, mixed research methods were employed using the validated research instrument and conducting an interview. According to Balcazar 2019, volunteers cared for their students and wanted them to succeed, a relationship that can't be replaced by a reading app or computer program. As for the findings, in the first figure, the participants' gender were dominated by female. The majority were under 10,000 monthly, and on the status, 66% of the participants were respectively, whereas 19 participants were graduated high school. So for the second figure, 100% of the participants stated that the number one difficulty they encountered were how they sustain the implementation of health protocols during the implementation, followed by the difficulty in classroom management. 80% of the participants stated that the conflict of schedule and lack of reading support training were the next difficulties they experienced. Lastly, the limited time allotted for the implementation were least difficult for them. As for the implications, this study is limited on the responses reading volunteers in Balubad Elementary School. Their perceptions and problems encountered were quantitatively analyzed, while their difficulties encountered were evaluated thematically. For the conclusions, number one, most participants were female, married, in parental roles, high school graduates, and unemployed, and had monthly family incomes of 10,000 pesos or less according to the results. Number two, most respondents, according to the findings, met their obligations. They and give favorable feedback about the support they receive, how they communicate, how they use learning materials, and how they follow health and safety regulations. Respondents were neutral in terms of personal, pedagogical, technical, and financial organizational problems encountered in teaching reading. And number three, for the difficulties encountered, themes were identified. These are the implementation of health and safety protocols, reading support trainings, classroom management, time allotment and considerations, and conflict of schedules. As for the recommendations, increase stakeholders' awareness about the strategies in reading implementation, create group of reading volunteers using the proposed action plan, and have another similar research regarding the school reading volunteers. And as for the references, that's all, and thank you.